Indomie.
Indomie is the biggest instant noodle brand in the country of Nigeria. Not only does the company have thousands of distributors and shops in the country, there's even Indo cafes that serve cooked versions of the dish filled with local vegetables and spices. Nigeria has the 12th largest instant noodle market in the world, where locals consume more than 4 billion servings of instant noodle annually. Aside from a bombardment of TV ads, radio ads, and billboards, Nigeria even has a popular animated TV series called Indomitables. This consists of 5 Indomie superheroes who are basically powered from, you guessed it, Indomie. And the comic of this show even became the second most successful in the country in terms of sales. Today, Indomie controls up to 80% of the instant noodle market in Nigeria. Although Indomie once had a monopoly in the country, Korean as well as Chinese brands are now battling the giant for more control. But Indomie still reigns supreme. It is also really interesting to mention that instant noodles are not something that is native to Nigeria. The company first branded itself as a type of indigenous Nigerian dish, since foreign brands are often seen as a threat in the country. According to the public relation and event manager for Dufil Prama Food, the brand that originally partnered with Indomie, he said that I can tell you that growing the business initially was very tough, because it was totally strange as it wasn't part of the menu in Nigeria. But through constant marketing campaigns, they managed to win over generations of kids as well as busy moms. Indomie first found its success when it advertised itself as a healthy, fast, and nutritious meal for busy Nigerian moms to feed their kids.
Indomie noodles, tasty nutrition, good for you.
Marketing it as comparable to staple foods like rice, bean, yam, and bread. The brand also came to Nigeria at the perfect time since it came in the middle of the country's population boom. Let's take a look at the population of Nigeria around the time that Indomie first entered the Nigerian market in 1988. At the time, Nigeria only had a population of 94 million people, which is similar to Japan, which had 122 million. But today, Nigeria's population is about twice that of Japan. The biggest difference here is that during this time, the average Nigerian mom had between 5 to 6 children in her lifetime, while the average Japanese mom only had less than 2. As a result, Nigeria today has the largest population in Africa. And this meant that many of these moms needed something cheap, quick, and according to Indomie, healthy, to keep up with the demands of child rearing.
In the night I go work, I'm coming back by 11, hungry man, 1, I belly full.
With a series of popular ads that positioned the meal as a quick and easy option for overwhelmed moms, it quickly became a family favorite in the country. Today, Indomie is like Coca-Cola or McDonald's in the United States.
Like it, if I eat it, I will be fast. I will not be heavy in my body.
Approximately 4.5 billion packets of Indomie instant noodles are sold annually in Nigeria, generating $1 billion in revenue as well as contributing more than 100 million in tax receipts to the Nigerian government. It is eaten for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, at home, and through one of the thousands of street vendors that serve their own version of the dish. If you're still watching this video, make sure to subscribe. I have plenty of videos like this in the future that blend culture, economics, and something we all love like Indomie. In fact, I recently bought a pack of 40 noodles in Costco after researching this video, and Indomie has become a popular item in our own home. But let's quickly get back to this story about Indomie obsession. "85% of the market share of the global market is from the Asian Pacific region, 5% from Latin America, 6% from Europe, and 4% from Africa. When we take a look at this portion of the world, Nigeria plays a key role in the future of the instant noodle market, for both Europe as well as Africa. Not only does Nigeria have more than 10 Indomie plants, Nigeria has the largest Indomie plant in Africa. In fact, if you're in Europe, the only place you can consistently find Indomie is in the grocery stores where the African immigrants do their shopping. Basically, you can say that the Indomie in Europe is all produced in Africa. Today, the largest instant noodle factories in Nigeria pull in more than $600 million USD a year. Before we go any further, you have to understand that Indomie is deeply ingrained not only in Nigerian culture, but its economy as well. Noodles have become the main business for many Nigerians, and it has seriously contributed to the eradication of poverty in Nigeria. In one street interview, the owner said that he makes between 20,000 to 25,000 Nigerian dollars, or $13 to $16 every single day from the sales of noodles, and have been in business for almost 10 years now. He said that people like my noodles because they make sense. One of his customers' orders included 2 Indomies, 2 eggs, 1 sardine, and vegetables, which earned him 27 cents, or 400 Nigerian dollars. And although this might not sound high in the United States, This one vendor is able to earn the monthly Nigerian income in just 2 days. In addition to this, there are thousands of Nigerians working in one of the 10 factories in Nigeria that produces millions of packets of Indomie every single day. There are also distributors and stores that rely on Indomie for a living. As you can see, Indomie has now become a vital part of the Nigerian economy, especially as the country faced high inflation of 34% just a few months ago. With the average Nigerian wage being as low as $30 per month, Indomie is not only a tasty, affordable food, but also a means of survival as well as making a living. But this doesn't mean that the brand doesn't come with lures as well as controversies. The company Indomie has done an amazing job with marketing itself in the country of Nigeria. As I mentioned earlier, many Nigerians grew up never even knowing that Indomie was actually an Indonesian brand. In fact, even the official story of Indomie by the Nigerian Indomie YouTube channel does not mention this fact at all. And this is done for good reasons as well. Back then, foreign brands were often not embraced by locals of Nigeria. Even McDonald's had a hard time in the country, often citing slow business. In the early days of the company, the connection between Indomie as well as Indonesia is oftentimes left out intentionally, and the company wanted people to assume that it was a native brand. While I am happy that Nigeria loves this brand, some do believe that Indomie played dirty by branding it as a healthy food, the same strategy that they once used in Indonesia. The company even released a series of commercials targeting busy moms. These ads often feature chaotic family environments and position Indomie as a simple, fast, and healthy solution. One of the most interesting successes include the animated series called the Indomitables. In the first episode, we learned of 5 ordinary students who get their power from a magical amulet. We learn of their origin, we see them eat Indomie, and we also see them defeating the villains. But wait, before I go on, I will say that it's actually a pretty good show. It's action-packed, filled with cool costumes and powers, and even has a good-hearted story. I can definitely see why kids in Nigeria enjoyed it, but it was also packed with ads. One of the superheroes were always hungry, hint hint. The wise mentor of the show was always eating Indomie, and the superheroes even named the group after a bowl of Indomie, or the Indomitables.
Maybe Indomitables? Well, I think it's Indomitables. I like it.
Nevertheless, the comic version of the show became the second most successful comics in terms of sales. And you can actually watch the show yourself on their YouTube channel, and judging from the comments, you can see how nostalgic it was for many young Nigerians. And during the scenes between the show, Indomie actually plays its own commercials, which often uses songs to embrace Indomie as a nutritious, quick, and tasty food. To be fair, I will argue that Indomie is quick and tasty, but nutritious is sort of a stretch, especially when you compare it to the traditional Nigerian diet. But regardless of the marketing strategy behind Indomie, it has for the most part worked.
Children like it. It's a breakfast. Everybody likes Indomie.
Allowing it to have a monopoly over the instant noodle market in Nigeria. And the dish has also become iconic, even replacing the word for noodles as well as spaghetti. The popularity of Indomie even incentivized companies to build several factories in Nigeria, providing employment opportunities to thousands of Nigerians. Nigerians are even trained to become engineers, finance, and other related areas because of this business. Indomie has also built a strong distribution network in the country, which was not there before. And all this would have never happened if it wasn't for the arrival of Indomie. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. And like I mentioned earlier, subscribe if you're interested in content like this. And like always, I will see you guys again next time.